United States proudly stands among the world's leading sugar producers. Each year, our planet yields an astonishing 385 million pounds of sugar, enough to fill dozens of stadiums. In the U.S. alone, the average American consumes around 70 pounds of sugar annually. This massive output, especially from sugar beets, not only satisfies the sweet cravings of American households, but also plays a critical role in the food, beverage, and pharmaceutical industries. Sugar isn't just a pantry staple, it's a daily essential. From that first spoonful stirred into your morning coffee to the comforting pastries served at family breakfasts, sugar finds its way into every corner of American kitchens. But it's more than just sweetness. Sugar acts as a catalyst in baking, a preservative in jams, and a key ingredient for balancing flavors across a wide variety of recipes. Many people still believe that all white sugar comes from sugarcane. But here's a surprising fact that might change your perspective. Nearly 30% of the world's white sugar actually comes from sugar beets, a lesser-known crop that plays an incredibly important role in the global food industry. And the value of sugar beets extends far beyond refined sugar crystals. After processing, the leftover pulp becomes a nutrient-rich livestock feed, contributing to a closed-loop, sustainable agricultural system. With its abundant yields and irreplaceable role, the sugar beet is not just a raw material, it's an economic driver, fueling local economies, supporting the growth of American agriculture, and helping meet the demands of millions of consumers worldwide. It's a powerful testament to the innovation and resilience of American farmers. In spring, once the ground has warmed and the final frost has passed, the fields are awakened in preparation for a new sugar beet season. The first step is thorough tilling to loosen the soil, remove weeds, and improve drainage, creating the perfect home for the roots to thrive, to enrich the soil's fertility. Farmers often apply manure or other organic fertilizers, which not only provide essential nutrients but also help the soil retain moisture more effectively. Once the soil is ready, it's time to plant to ensure uniform seed spacing and density. Farmers use high-precision automated seeders. The seeds, usually treated to resist disease, are loaded into hoppers, each capable of holding up to 3,000 seeds. Sugar beet seeds are planted about 1 inch deep into the soil, with meticulously calculated spacing between seeds and rows, ensuring each plant has enough room to grow and reach its full potential. Throughout the growing season, consistent water supply remains absolutely critical to the plant's survival and productivity. Once planting is complete, careful maintenance becomes the key to helping sugar beet crops grow strong and healthy. Farmers rely on modern automated irrigation systems, most commonly center pivot systems with massive rotating arms equipped with nozzles that evenly distribute water across the fields. These systems ensure that every sugar beet receives just the right amount of water, allowing them to thrive without suffering from drought stress or oversaturation, an especially critical factor during the hot, dry summer months. As harvest season kicks off, vast sugar beet fields come alive with the mechanical symphony of specialized farm machinery. These harvesters are engineered specifically for precise and efficient sugar beet collection. The process begins when a machine known as a defoliator enters the field, using powerful rotating blades to strip away the leafy green tops, clearing the way for the main harvest. Next comes a separate machine, the beet harvester, designed with specialized lifting mechanisms that gently extract the beets from the soil. The beets are then placed onto a conveyor belt, where they undergo a preliminary cleaning process that removes dirt and residual debris. This well-coordinated sequence helps preserve the beets' quality. Finally, the cleaned beets are transferred onto a moving truck that runs alongside the harvester, ready for transport to the processing facility. Modern harvesters are capable of handling up to 12 rows of sugar beets at once, dramatically saving time and boosting productivity. This efficiency is especially valuable for large-scale farms, allowing farmers to complete harvests quickly with significantly less manual labor. These machines are also equipped with automatic control systems that adjust speed and harvesting depth in real time, adapting to varying soil and weather conditions to ensure a smooth and efficient operation. Sugar beet harvesters are more than just productivity tools, they're a symbol of America's high-tech agricultural production chain. Each of these machines represents a major investment, often costing several $100,000. While the upfront cost is steep, they allow farmers to harvest quickly and cost-effectively, significantly cutting down on labor expenses. On average, each hectare of sugar beet field can yield between 66,000 to 154,000 pounds of beets. If you found this video informative, drop a 2 in the comments and hit the like button if you enjoyed it. After harvesting, the sugar beets are transported to temporary roadside storage areas, forming enormous piles since heavy trucks can't access the fields directly. A specialized conveyor system, often called a mouse, is used to load the sugar beets onto the trucks efficiently. Every truck is weighed upon arrival and again after unloading, while a random sample from each load is collected for quality testing. That's why precise weighing and inspection are absolutely essential. They ensure the entire system runs fairly, efficiently, and seamlessly, like a well-oiled machine, from the field all the way to the factory floor. As each truckload of sugar beets rolls into the receiving area, the cleaning process begins. First, powerful high-pressure water jets blast the beets to remove surface dirt and dust. Next, the still dirty beets, along with chunks of soil and scattered rocks, travel along a conveyor belt into a deep cleaning zone. Here, they enter a massive, rotating drum where heavy-duty water sprays rain down as the beets tumble against each other. This natural scrubbing action helps dislodge even the most stubborn clumps of mud. As the water flow lifts and carries the beets along, heavier rocks sink and are trapped in special collection compartments designed to catch debris. The beets then continue through a series of additional conveyors, passing through more water sprays and specialized equipment like sand separators and rock filters. Eventually, they enter another giant wash drum, where the final traces of soil, straw, and dried leaves are knocked off completely. Before moving on to slicing, each beet undergoes one last powerful rinse. Any damaged, crushed sars or broken pieces along with remaining plant materials are filtered out. And here's the remarkable part. All 730,000 pounds of sugar beets cleaned every hour are washed using water extracted from the beets themselves. Inside a machine roughly the size of a small room, 66 razor-sharp blades spin steadily at 20 revolutions per minute. These continuously rotating blades slice the beets into thin strips that resemble French fries, though softer and slightly smaller in size. The strips are soft enough to be pressed for juice without turning into mush. The slicer itself functions like a giant grater, with a rotating drum over 59 feet wide. It can handle up to 8 tons of beets per minute, transforming them into ideal uniform strips called cassettes. Next, these beet strips take a hot water bath. They're dropped into a heated tank like steeping a massive cup of beet tea. The cassettes soak for several minutes at high temperatures, softening their structure and starting to break down their cell walls, which allows the sugar inside to be released. These softened strips then enter towering diffusion columns. The secret sauce here, a countercurrent flow of water. This technique extracts sugar from the beets as efficiently as possible. What remains are the spent beet slices, essentially sugarless pulp, which are pumped to the bottom of an extraction tower nearly 65 feet tall. Inside, a large rotating shaft gently pushes the spent pulp upward, while hot water flows downward, creating a final rinse that squeezes out every last bit of sugar. Lime milk is added to bind with impurities in the juice bar, causing them to clump together for easy removal. Next, carbon dioxide is bubbled through the lime-treated mixture. The reaction between CO2 and lime causes roughly 1/3 of the remaining impurities to solidify, making them much easier to filter out. The juice then passes through ultra-fine filters so precise they can capture even the tiniest particles while the purified liquid continues its journey. At this stage, the result is a pale golden syrup that's clearer and noticeably sweeter than before, with the sugar concentration now increased to about 17%. Yes, it's sweet but still not sweet enough. That's why the next step is all about concentration. The juice is boiled at around 266 degrees, causing most of the remaining water to evaporate. Minute by minute, the sugar becomes more concentrated and more intense. What you end up with is a thick, viscous syrup. If it's cooled too quickly or unevenly, sugar crystals won't form. Once the syrup reaches about 75% sugar content, technicians add tiny sugar crystals. These act as seed crystals, providing anchor points for the remaining sugar molecules to latch onto. The crystals gradually grow in size, so crystallization begins right after boiling, and it's actually the longest step in the entire sugar-making process. In the past, this stage could take weeks, but thanks to modern technology, it now takes less than 12 hours under low-pressure conditions. After about 12.5 hours, the crystals resemble the same white sugar grains you see in familiar supermarket bags. But even though they look finished, the crystals are still coated in a sticky layer of syrup. To remove that layer, the mixture is fed into a centrifuge, a high-speed spinning machine that separates substances by their density using centrifugal force. As it spins and the heavier sugar crystals stick to the walls of the drum, while the lighter syrupy molasses is flung outward and collected separately, this spinning process is typically repeated 3 times to extract every last bit of pure sugar from the beets. What remains is a thick, dark brown liquid called molasses. Molasses is often used to produce alcohol and various fermented beverages. Meanwhile, the sparkling white sugar crystals, now clean and dry, fall onto a conveyor belt and move on to the drying and cooling stages. Thanks to advanced production lines, each factory can produce up to 2.2 million pounds of sugar per day, adding up to nearly 400 million pounds a year from just a single plant. Once the sugar crystals have been cleaned, dried, and cooled, it's time for the final step, packaging. A portion of the product is packed into massive industrial bags, each weighing up to 2,500 pounds. Through an extensive network of large-scale pipelines, these bulk bags are shipped to food processing facilities, where the sugar continues its journey, bringing sweetness to all kinds of delicious products. At the same time, another packaging line is hard at work preparing smaller, consumer-friendly bags, each weighing about 3.3 pounds, perfectly sized for everyday household use. These are the familiar bags of sugar you see on grocery store shelves, ready to sweeten your morning coffee or fuel your weekend baking adventures. And that's the story we've shared today. Now you've seen the full picture of how American farmers grow, harvest, and transform millions of tons of sugar beets into the sweet staple we all know. Thank you for joining me on this fascinating journey. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and share it with your fellow sweet tooth friends. And if you're curious about how other everyday foods are made, be sure to check out the links we've included in the video description. Thanks for watching, wishing you a sweet day, and I'll see you in the next video.